So first of all, I would like to thank you, Prashant, for joining us in today's session. This is going to be really amazing session. A lot of people are waiting for this session. So before we start today's session, first of all, I would like to give you a little brief about Prashant. So Prashant, he has been working with a lot of startups who are unicorns. He has worked with Paytm, Tokopedia, and Branch in the past. He has built a lot of amazing products, including chatbots, some technology products, some SaaS products, and some payment products as well. So it will be really great to hear a journey from you before we begin.
Sure, sure. So guys, I'm Prashant. I'll be telling about myself in a while. But today's topic is actually very something which I get almost one or two LinkedIn messages per week for last 2 to 3 years I have been getting, and I thought this will be a good chance to talk about how I how to get into product management without MBA and tech experience. So before we start, a bit about myself. I am an NIT Jalandhar chemical engineering background pass out. I started my career at Paytm, built Paytm QR code, which most of you would have used. I was leading Paytm mobile app, Paytm payments, even demonetization. I was there. I led the growth from zero to almost 80 million customers and 6 million transactions per day. I did a brief stint at Airtel, where I was the only non-IIM ISV product manager. I worked with Hamin Mehta, who's the CIO of Airtel. I went to Indonesia to work with Tokopedia, which is Indonesia's biggest e-commerce, $8 billion valuation. Uh, I was leading product, data products and growth product there. I set up a team of 15 people. Uh, some of my products which were built there, one of them is actually featured by Google. I went on to Branch, which is a unicorn in Silicon Valley. I worked there. I was working directly with Alex, who's the CEO of the company, CEO and founder. I even helped establish a product engineering office in India where I hired almost 10 people. I have been speaker at 12 plus conferences, have interviewed with Google, Amazon, Spotify, Booking.com, a few others. And over my career, I have hired more than 10 product managers and mentored 50 or above. So that's a bit about myself, just to make sure that, okay, I'm not gonna speak random shit. It might be useful. So, talking about today, so what we are not going to talk is important. First of all, before we get into how to get into product, what we are not going to talk is what is product management. I'm pretty sure most of the people who are joining this webinar would have some sense, have Googled, and that's why they are getting into the webinar. So we are not going to discuss what is PM. We are definitely not going to talk about my story, how I got into product, because it's about you guys. It's not about me. My journey has been there, done that. Now I am into product, but it's more about you guys, how you guys can enter into product management. I'm also not going to talk about any material that read this book or do this course, because you can actually Google it, top 10 blogs, top 10 uh, courses, top 10 uh, boot camps. So you'll find a lot of content on Google. I'm not going to talk about any of them. And also, I'm not going to touch what to do after you get into product management, because that's a topic for a complete webinar of its own. Another, another thing which I wanted to highlight was, because of the topic, I thought it will be more important to do a conversation. So I'll take a break in between and also leave more time in the end to do question answers. So let's get started. So first of all, uh, I wanted to emphasize on one thing: why product management? Because I talk to a lot of people who want to get into PM, but when I ask why you want to become a PM, they don't have an answer. PM lately has started to sound cool. MBA people want to get into product management because of the packages or just because they like the hype of Flipkart, Paytm, etc. But think about it, because you're going to spend one third of your life doing something. think, is it what you want to do? Most of people don't do introspection or analysis of their career choices. So think about it. Why do you want to become a product management? Because your motivation will help you get into product management. So that is very important. It is very chaotic. Product management is not the sim- simple. It is not CEO of the product. You don't have the freedom which you think you might have to make decision. People think that, oh, I'll be able to build a cool product. That's not how it works. You will have to learn a lot of things: design, data, tech, business, team management, people skill, you name it. You have to be jack of all and master of none. You will get zero appreciation for your work. You'll One golden rule of PM is take the blame, share the credit. So you'll always have to share the credit, and whenever things go wrong, you are the person to be blamed. Yes, you have control over the product and roadmap, but with great power comes greater responsibility. So it's not like unicorns and rainbow that okay, you have a product and you can do whatever you want. It is about what you are going to build, what problem you are going to solve. There are different stakeholders: business, engineering, design. So you have to satisfy a lot of them, and it's a daily hustle. uh, just a second, I think there are people uh, who are not muted. So now, after talking why, another thing which I have observed is people are not realistic about their product expectation. People are applying for Google, Facebook, Paytm, Flipkart without having any thoughts. I get resumes when I was in Tokopedia from Indonesia because it was top company. I have got in Paytm. The question is, why would a company which has millions of dollars in their bank account hire someone without experience? There's something in product management called empathy, where you have to step into your user's shoe, get other person's perspective. Think from a hiring manager's point of view, who has a budget of lakhs, and why would he hire you? That's very important point which you have to understand. You need to get realistic with the companies you approach, the role you approach, the position you approach. You need Another point to understand is recruiter's point of view. When you submit a resume, a recruiter has to write a shortlist. They'll get hundreds of resume and they'll pass on only 10 to the hiring manager. Now those 10 resumes need to be filtered out. How do you stand out? I have seen resumes of sales people or marketing people apply for a product position, and I'm like, why would you even apply? Because definitely there is someone. India is huge. There's huge population, and there are huge number of people who want job. So why would someone take your resume as compared to someone with the product experience? So it's very important to get realistic about the role you are applying. Why would someone take a risk on you because you have zero experience or very less experience? You- what value do you bring in? That's very important. So just keep this in mind when we are doing the discussion further and when we do Q&A. And last thing which I wanted to discuss out before getting into how, there's a job description. There's a particular job for product management. People don't understand this. So product management comes in different flavors. There's a different domain: B2B, B2C, e-commerce, travel, fintech, data science. All sorts of domains are there. And in that, even there are different roles: data product manager, platform, tech, growth, consumer, design. So there are different roles also. And then there are different products. Even in one particular company, domain, there are different products which need to be taken care, like analytics, checkout, payment, and there are different problems to be solved. So when you are applying for a role, step back and think, how are you useful for this role? What is your past experience? What are your skills? And what you want to do? That's very important. I mean, before we get into how, you need to think about it, that what are your skills? What is your comfort zone? What do you like to do? And then plan out your product journey. You can't just do one course and start applying for product management role up and down. That's not going to work. You need to filter out what kind of domain, role, and job you want, and then get skills according to that. Otherwise, you can keep on doing 200 courses, and then probably you'll be able to apply. But for doing 200 courses, on average, if you even take 1 week, you need 200 weeks. That's 4 years of preparation. No one has time like that. So please think about what position you want, what job you want, and then start connecting dots backward. I have Here's an example. You can say that you want to be a growth PM in a B2C company like Nika in e-commerce space, because your past experience as a marketer and as a user of the product, you can add value to the growth strategy. When you know this, then you will start developing skills in terms of growth. There are certain books which you will read, there are certain courses you will do, there are certain strategies and framework which you will learn if you want to be a growth PM, which are very different from if you want to be, let's say, a tech PM or fintech PM or any other PM. So you need to define your end goal first. So we have defined why you want to be a PM, realistic job options, and what kind of PM you want, what PM job you want. I'm going to take a moment and just open up chat. If you have any questions, just feel free to ping me.
Prashant, I have a question in the previous slide.
Sure.
Okay, you're taking questions now. Okay.
Just three
Yeah.
questions.
Yeah. So, how do we know out of all these PMs like tech, growth, consumer, platform? How do we know what skills are needed for each of these?
That's not important. What
And how
skills?
do we also decide that?
See, that's not the objective here to know what skills are needed. The question is, what job, what job do you want? Skills you will learn based on once you have finalized that, okay, I want to become a growth PM. So that is important. You might need to do a research that what are different types of product management. You might need to do some research on domains, what are different domains in startups. So you'll have to spend a lot of time to do research. And once you have finalized that, okay, this is probably a job which I want, then you will start getting skills needed for it. For example, if we talk about growth PM, there is a double A triple I metrics, which is a framework for growth. There is Hooked by Nir Ayal, which is a different book. So once you have finalized your end goal, then we can talk about, okay, what skills are needed. But most of the people don't have
Okay.
end goal defined.
And that get in goal, we need to do our own research and find out like what are the domains, what are the roles, and how does it look like based on that, right?
Yes, because that's a
Uh,
very open topic.
Hi Prashant, I have one more question. Can I ask it right now?
Sure, sure.
Yeah, so you mentioned that a big company like Flipkart or Amazon or any big company might not hire somebody who's just starting in the field, right? So I researched a lot about being a fresh person in this product management field. I was just thinking that doing some side projects and working in some small startups might initially help us, and later on we can build onto that. But it would be really helpful if you could provide some clarity as to how should a fresher move forward in this field.
Yeah, we'll cover that. We'll
Okay,
cover how. Yeah,
okay, okay, okay. Okay.
cool. Uh, I'm just gonna see the chat and see if this.
Hi Prashant.
Sh- Hi, who's this?
I have a doubt. Like, if I have like experience in other field rather than the product management, like associate role, which is not at all related to the product management, and also if I don't have a MBA degree, only I did engineering. So, how do you have a relevant experience? Because most of the
Yes,
product management roles ask for relevant work experience for hiring. So,
we'll,
in that case, how can we improve our resume, or how can we apply
we are
for
going
the product management?
we are going to cover that. Cool. Let's carry forward. I think most of the questions will be answered uh, as I finish the slides, and then in the end, I'll take again. So now, how to get into product? I think that's most people asking. First of all, this will be a three-step process. First, you need to get ready, then you need to get noticed, and then you need to get selected. When I say getting ready, as people are asking that how do we develop skills? How do we get the relevant experience? Before even getting the experience, you need to understand product management. You need to have some basic skills. You need to get familiar with the space, get familiar with the job, get familiar with the what does a product management do day to day. There are a lot of resources available for it actually. Number two, skills. What skills are needed to become a PM? I have already said depends on what role you are going to take. But there are basic skills which you must have. When I say must, that's actually a must. You need to understand basics of user experience. You need to understand how data is visualized. Doing a SQL or Python will be enough. You need to have a basic tech understanding. What is front end? What is back end? How does code work? What is an API? These basics needs to be there. You don't need to have do coding. You don't need to design a website. You just need to know how it works so that when you're talking to your team, you need to influence them. And that is what a PM does. You need to influence without authority. But if you don't know, let's say, user experience, and you go to your designer and say, please change the color, he will laugh at you. So that's something you need to learn. There are enough websites, there are enough material online. Most of them you can get free, you can get a paid. Udemy, Skillshare, uh, Plural site. There are a lot of resources available. Learn basics of all these. Another thing is read. You need to spend a lot of time reading blogs. There are good blogs by Roman Pitcher, um, good blogs by Product Management HQ, Mind the Product. There are good books like Inspired, Product Leadership. There are good mediums to follow. So just do Google for this that top blogs, top books, top people to follow on Twitter, top medium publication for Google for product management. You need to do this effort. I can tell you the name, but that's not the point. The point is that you want to get into product management, and you need to do the effort to figure out these things. That what you should be reading every day, 20 to 30 minutes, maybe during the commute, maybe during your free time, what you should be reading. Next point is listening. There are very good podcasts now on Spotify, Google. even other podcast apps. Just search for it. What are the podcasts for product management, startups, technology, business? These things need to be there. And lastly, understanding product related concept. That definitely you will get used to it once you start reading blogs, books, and podcasts. You'll hear terms like roadmap, strategy, backlog, agile, sprint. These are the terms which you'll hear. Consider it just like a classroom work. You hear something, you note it down, you Google, you do research, and you develop understanding of that concept. So that is getting ready. Once you have enough understanding of product management and you understand basics of other departments like design, data, tech, business, you can go for getting noticed. To get noticed in product management, there are very a lot of number of things which you can do. Number one, join communities. In India itself, there are a lot of communities now. PM School, Creator of Product, Pragmatic Leaders. Even you shared the link in the beginning. Join those communities. They have Slack channels where you can see the chats. You can talk to the fellow PM. You can see the questions they are asking. You can see the answers being posted, and also job postings which are being there. That is one. Second is meetups. Meetups like Product Tank, Hello Meet, Product School. This is a webinar, but whenever COVID situation gets better, make sure to go to a in-person meetup. Meet people there. Meet the product managers there. Meet the startup founders. What are they working on? What problem they are solving? Another thing is talk to your internal teams. A lot of people might be working in some company. I have seen people move from operations, quality assurance, design, support, sales, marketing. They transition into product management. You just need to talk to your manager. You need to talk to the product team in your company. You need to talk to the tech team in your company. Understand what they do and be sure what value do you bring in. That's important. Another thing is networking. People in product circle, you need to talk to them. You need to get connected to them. Very important, don't expect a reply. If you're sending a LinkedIn message or you are sending an email or tagging them in tweet, very less people will reply because there are a lot of messages coming in. So unless and until you can add value or you have something constructive, there's no point. So be sure to add value. I'm repeating it again and again, but that's very important. Now to get noticed, you can build something. It's 2020. Literally anything can be built without any coding. If you haven't set up a website, learn how to set up a website on WordPress. Just Google it, you get resources. How to build a mobile app without code, you can do it. Just make your resume on a website, make your resume on a mobile app, do blogging, do vlogging, start something. You, if you think that after getting into product management you can do something, it's less likely you'll be able to do something because outside you have more opportunity, more freedom. Once you get into job, you don't have that much freedom. So if you see a problem, try to solve it. So you need to build something. That's very important. And that website, mobile app, when you showcase in your resume, that helps. That blog, that portfolio, I definitely look at it because that gives a sense that okay, this person put an effort to build something. You can see the design sense in that, you can see the product sense in that. So those kind of things will get to know. And also when you're building something, you learn a lot of things. How to implement Google Analytics, how does mobile app work, how to publish a mobile app, how to run a website. Those kind of things you get to know once you start building something. Another very important thing is improve something. What I mean by that is, there's this case of a girl who redesigned the Paytm app. I liked it. I referred it to design head of Paytm and she got hired. So do a product inspection, do product review, try to do a product revamp if you can. Take any product which you want to get selected in, or a company you want to join. Let's say you want to join Flipkart. What is in Flipkart app which you don't like, or what is something you will do differently? What is a Do a product review of the feature they launched, or a product which you think you would have done differently. Make a complete case study and then publish it on LinkedIn, Medium, Twitter. People do notice it. Another thing is channel. How you approach a company is very important. There are EPM programs, but most of them are outside India. So in India, it's still not there. Twitter, Facebook, and Google. A lot of companies actually have associate program manager, product manager programs. In India, that's not there. I haven't seen any. So important thing is, go to angel.co, see the startups, follow TechCrunch, Inc42, Your Story, see the startups which are raising money or startups which are working. Try to apply in those startups. Lastly, it's very important, if you want to get noticed, find a referral. Use Twitter, use LinkedIn in mails. It just costs $1,600 for 5 credits, I guess. Buy those credits and send in mails. Then you'll get noticed. If you send a connection request, no one is going to get noticed. And within your own company, if you are planning to transition, get into a role like ops, marketing, growth, design, QA, tech, and talk to your manager that you want, this is your future goal. Maybe have a coffee with the PM in your team, in your company. That will help. Let's say now you have been noticed. Now what to do? I think most of people mess up here. First of all, do research. Research the company, research the role, research the hiring manager. Also, if you go to Glassdoor, you can see the process. What does the hiring process look like? When you're coming to an interview, it's very important that you know the industry, you know the company, you know the role, so that I know, okay, you have done some homework. Secondly, show your work. In your resume, most of people show their sales experience or marketing experience. That's not going to help. As I said, maybe create a product strategy, create a product roadmap, create a wireframe or a PRD, and then come to me, and then probably people will notice, oh, you can write a PRD, great. You can make a wireframe, great. But if you have just a, let's say, analyst experience, and other person have a product experience, definitely he's gonna get preference. So you want to get selected. So focus on showing some work in your resume which is related to product. Another thing is showing off. When I say showing off, don't be arrogant, but how will your past experience help me or the company? A very good example for this is, I have seen people in supply chain move into logistic startups like Rivigo or Blackbug. Sorry, there are uh, yeah, Blackbug. Yeah, so these kind of companies, I have seen people hiring people from supply chain. So your past experience, if it can help me, that will be great. Very important in medication, health and medicine segment. Very important in fitness section. So those kind of segments, past experience work. Other thing is interview. there are certain questions in product which people tend to ask a lot. Um, I mean, there is a complete book on it, Decode and Conquer. There is PM Fundamental. There is Cracking the PM. But just Google product management interview questions. Do prepare for that. There's a website called Stellar PM where you can actually book a slot with someone to do a product management mock interview. Even when you join the Slack community, you can ask someone and they will do a mock interview with you. Definitely practice it. Lastly, keep trying. You will be getting rejected. You will get failed. You definitely might not even pass the screening process. So one important thing is if you pass the screening process and you get rejected, ask for the feedback. Ask for the feedback from the recruiter, from the person who took your interview. Connect with them on LinkedIn, and whatever feedback has been given, do work on that. Another thing which I wanted to bring up, um, related to product management, getting into product management, is mistakes which I have seen people do, which I like definitely you should avoid. Number one is they try to do too many things. As I said, PM is a very open and vast domain. If you start doing courses or start reading something, it's going to take forever to develop a basic skills or get into something. You need to be focused. You need to define where you want to be and trace back your path. If you Google how to be a growth PM, there will be less results as compared to if you Google how to become a PM. That itself is very important. What you Google matters. Another thing is people lack why they want to join product management or what they want to do. They just want a job which may not be a long run good method. You need to define what kind of job you want and why you want, and then work for it. Trust me, then your motivation increases. Once your motivation increases, you start spending more time, more money, and you start learning more. So it's very important. Another thing which I have seen people do mistake is they do not know their strength and weakness. You should be very clear that, okay, from my past experience, these are my strengths which can help in this role, and these are the weakness which I need to work upon. If you don't know this, definitely another person sitting opposite on the bench can observe it and he'll reject you. So you need to control the game. You need to be in charge of the game instead of letting other person take the charge. Also, don't apply in any random job without any consideration. Understand the company, understand the role, understand the team, understand the, if you're going for a startup, understanding the founder is very important. So once you have done that, then apply. And also, one thing lastly which I have seen is people make excuses. People say that, okay, uh, in my current organization, I'm not into product management, that's why I cannot influence the product. That's completely against product management. In product, everything is your responsibility, everything is your ownership. So you can't say that this is not in my domain, that's why I cannot influence. Some people say that I don't have resources to build something. As a PM, you need to be resourceful. That means that things might not be in your favor, but you still have to get shit done. So if you want to build a website, you don't have that excuse that, oh, I don't have resources or I don't know how to build it. You have to build it. That's the end of topic. How you get it, That's the skill you need to develop. Another thing is, when you come to an interview or you are applying for a role, or even within your company you are transitioning, you need to come up with a case study where you back it up with data, you have a clear strategy, you have detailed it out, and you communicate it effectively. Trust me, if you cover these four things, you are way better than most of the product managers out there. Be data driven, be detail oriented, be resourceful, be strategic, and communicate it. Few suggestions which I have related to getting into product, which I have already shared but repeating it. Consider communities, consider meetups, network with people, improve something, and develop a product sense. Now, product sense is something which I would like to spend some time. Whenever you look at a product, whenever you look at a mobile app, whenever you look on a website, think, why does this product exist? What problem it solves? How it solves? And how can you make it better? Does not need to be just mobile app. It could be to a physical product also. uh, Design of Everyday Thing is a book which Don Norman wrote on only physical products. So whenever you look at something, start thinking like a product person, develop a product sense. That will help you a lot. Few questions which have been asked a lot. Do you need to learn coding? Yes and no. You don't need to do coding, but you need to understand how code works. There are very good tutorials, Codecademy, CS50. Just go online and understand what are the basic concepts of coding. What is different between front end and back end? What is a API? It depends on the role also, but it will be good to have a basic tech understanding. Another thing is, what skills do I need to have to become a PM? A lot. As a PM, I myself, I finished a course last month. I'm doing another course this month. So it's not going to end. There are a lot of courses, there are a lot of skills you need, but first you need a starting point. Once you define a starting point, trace it backward of what skills you have currently and what you need to acquire to be at that starting point. That's important. But few skills which definitely need to have is leadership, resourcefulness, curiosity, people skills, imagination, communication, design, tech, data, and business. So these skills definitely you need to have. So you can study about these skills. There are a lot of basic courses available, and these are something you develop over time, not in a day. Do courses help or certification help? Yes and no. If you have no experience, if and I see some certification, I know, okay, you have spent some time, you have invested some time to know, so that will help me get your attention. But if you have just watched a video and when I ask you a question you don't know, you're going to get rejected. So after doing a course, try to implement what you learned. If you learned maybe SQL, there are a lot of online database to just do a SQL query. If you learned how to make a wireframe or design or user experience, go to a mockup or Balsam IQ website and make something just to get hands-on with it. So certification along with the learning matter. Along just certification alone won't matter. Okay. So final takeaways: build something. It is going to cost very less as compared to an MBA, and you'll learn a lot. high risk, high gain. An MBA will cost somewhere around 20 to 30 lakhs. Building something won't cost you more than first acquiring the skills and then building something won't cost more than 5 lakh. So it's a return on investment. Focus on it. People think MBA to be safer option, but it's a high investment also. So if you don't have that much money, just build something that will be good. Network, network, and network. Meetups, communities, LinkedIn, webinars. Use all those options to create a network. Find your calling. Figure out what you like, what flavor of product management you like, what industry you like, what product you like, and then start planning for it. Learn. You can't stop learning. You'll have to learn everything. So just keep learning whatever is needed. Don't it can include just reading something per day or listening to a podcast, but keep on learning. Be realistic. As I said, understand the perspective of a company. Different companies have different stages. A company which has series D funding, they won't invest time or money to hire someone junior without any experience. Whereas a startup who might not have that much money will be okay. Another thing is be focused. As I mentioned earlier, instead of applying everywhere, find a niche and then apply. And also, when you see a problem, don't think of a solution, think of a strategy. Most people I have seen do this mistake. Actually, that's a question which is asked in product interviews also. How will you make this? How will you build this? How will you solve that problem? Develop a strategy to solve a problem, not a solution. Solution changes based on a lot of factors. Strategy is what keeps you focused. So in the end, if you want to get into product, first define your strength, then define a domain and role, then figure out the difference between your strength and the requirements for that domain. Develop those skills, develop a portfolio or product for it, and then apply for the role. That's pretty much it.
First of all, thanks a lot, Prashant, for taking out time and conducting such an insightful session for us. This was really helpful, and I hope every one of us have got some concrete takeaways from today's session. Uh, guys, before we end today's session, so first of all, I would like to thank you all for taking out time and staying with us for an hour. And secondly, I would like to introduce Pragmatic Leaders a little bit. So at Pragmatic Leaders, you all are part of global family of aspirational professionals who proactively help each other and are invested in each other's career growth. Pragmatic Leaders functions like a full stack global career accelerator that rests on three core pillars. Pillar one is educate. We help you upskill via proven courses and scientific backed pedagogy. So we do so via two job guarantee programs designed for folks looking to transition into product role or existing product managers who are working as a APM or a senior product manager and they are looking for some structured training. We have also recently launched a platform called Pragmatic Life for working professionals to attend live bite-sized interactive classes by industry practitioners who uh, who help you all across three learning tracks in product design and data. So if you want to get some trial classes or know more about them, you can ping me on Slack or on my email ID. Second pillar is engage. We run a global community of product managers on Slack with access to online and offline meetups across the globe. So you can join our product community. We keep on doing a lot of such interesting sessions. And in fact, we have recently started another series for mock interview preparation sessions exclusively for our community members. So we keep on doing a lot of such interesting sessions. And pillar three deploy with over 79% placement success and around 600,000 cumulative salary hike. We operate a job platform and dedicated interview preparation courses to help you all crack your dream job. So along with that, there is a longer job guarantee programs as well. So if you have any other queries, you can reach out to me. So that's all from my end. And thanks a lot, Prashant, once again for joining us today.
Great.
Thanks
Cool,
a lot,
guys.
guys.
Thank you.